Hey movie lovers, welcome to another movie review. Today we'll be reviewing the movie Loving a Thief. Loving a Thief is showing on Awele and Shore TV 365. So if you're yet to watch it, please go watch the full movie. But here we'll be dropping spoilers. Now to the cast of the movie. We have Sophia Chisom, also known as Soso, who played the role of Sharon. We have Bright Morgan, who played the role of Dari. We also have Momo B. Jesse, who played the role of June. Now to the story behind the movie. Loving a Thief showcased a story of a young lady who is well brought up from a godly home, well raised. She's well raised. She reads her Bible, goes to church. Now she's well trained, right? Now this lady happens to have a roommate called June. Now, June on the other side is the opposite of Sharon. Now, June is the outgoing girl. She does the outing things, goes to club parties, live the life to the full. Now, that's the difference between the both of them. Sharon, the gentle one, while June is the outgoing one. Now, along the line, there's this guy, Dari. Dari met Sharon. Dari liked Sharon from the first glance. But the thing about Dari is that Dari is not the godly type. Dari is just a random guy, right? He doesn't believe in the Bible, church. He doesn't believe all that. So he's just a guy that just lives his life, right? Now, of course, so Dari tried to ask Sharon out, and Sharon was like, no. At first, Sharon was like, Sharon didn't even want to date him. She just wanted to continue living her life. All right, but now her roommate June tried convincing her. I was like, oh, come on, live a little. Don't be all mommy's girl, daddy's girl, and all that. Live a little, date. Look at this guy, he likes you, and all that. Of course, after several convincing, she ended up dating Dari. And the more she dated Dari, the more her values started dropping. The more she stopped going to church. She stopped doing the things that she would do on a normal day. She was pretty close to her mom, so her mom is always there to give her counsel, and she used to talk to her mom. But when she started dating Dari, she wasn't close to her mom anymore. She didn't used to share things with her mom anymore. Gradually, her standards started going, downwards, right? Eventually, Sharon was a virgin before dating Dari, and she intended to stay that way until she gets married, until she marries her husband. But Dari being Dari, he got her drunk, and he was able to have his way with her and all that. But even after that, after she woke up the following day, the guy made love to her and all that. She still continued with the relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, is that not a red flag? But let's continue with the story. The relationship kept on going on. Dari brought an idea of them having, them inviting someone else to their relationship, that is having a threesome. This didn't sit very well with Sharon. Sharon was uncomfortable with it. She was like, how did we go from I was a virgin. I didn't want to sleep with any man until my wedding night. How did that go from? How did we go from this to that, having a threesome? Sharon started. She had to go down memory lane. Started thinking about her life, her actions, and all the things, all the negative things that she has, engaged in. And she realized that ever since she started her relationship with Dari, her values started, dropping. Her relationship with God was going down the drain, right? And eventually she was able to she went back home, she went back to her parents, and her parents being loving, and they didn't judge her. They were like, you know what, we know that yes, you've made some mistakes, but it's fine, you can come home, which was beautiful. However, our roommates, called her and told her, oh, she needs to come pick her stuffs. If she's not going to come back anymore, she come pick her stuff. Then when of course she went back to her roommate to pick her stuff. Then her so-called roommate convinced her again to go and see Dari. That Dari has been calling her. Dari has been, trying to beg, to plead that they should continue the relationship. She told her friend she is not willing to continue the relationship with Dari. It has pulled her towards the dark side, and she doesn't want to go back there anymore. After several convincing, she told her roommate, okay, fine, I'm going to go and see this man, which was also another big mistake. Now, Sharon went to Dari's house thinking it was going to be like, oh, she's going to listen to him, those maybe I really don't even know why she even went there in the first place. Like it didn't make sense why she went to Dari's house again. But she went to Dari's house, and I would say Dari was a bit obsessed with her. Dari is so obsessed with Sharon that he would not want any other person to be with Sharon. Some hours later, well, let's say 24 hours later, the parents of Sharon were looking for Sharon. They're like, oh, Sharon didn't come back to the house. Sharon didn't come back to the house. They went to June. They asked June, oh, June, where is Sharon? She said she doesn't know that last time they heard from Sharon. Sharon went to Dari's house. They went to Dari's house. They asked of Dari, oh, where is June? Have you seen June? Of course, he denied, or like, oh no, he hasn't seen June. June didn't come here, and or he tried to excuse them and tell them to leave, and he eventually left. Now, along the line, we saw one of Darius' friends who was talking about, oh, he has not known peace. He hasn't. Is Darius' friend Malik? He said he hasn't known peace. He's disturbed. He doesn't like how he feels and all that. The unfortunate thing was that Dari actually killed Sharon, and he called his friend Malik to help him, decompose her body and all that, which very sad. Eventually, Malik, Darius' friend, couldn't take the guilt anymore. Of course, he couldn't take the guilt. He couldn't take. He was not comfortable. He was really disturbed. He wasn't comfortable. And he lost his peace entirely. So he had to go to Sharon's parents and he went to confess what happened, how Dari had killed Sharon, and the horror thing that Dari did. The police came and arrested Dari, and that was and the police came, arrested Dari, and took him away. Eventually, June, the wayward girl, she repented. She went back to Sharon's parents, asked for forgiveness, pleaded, and all that, and also even asked that Sharon's parents accept her as their own daughter. Now, that's the story, a pretty much short story of Loving a Thief. To watch the full story, please go to Awele Hansel's TV 365 to go watch the full movie. So yeah, so that's the story behind the movie. Now, what do we think about the movie? Honestly, the story is quite interesting. The story is thought provoking, and there were quite a few lessons to take away from that story. First of all, your friend is not only, people say, oh, don't get married to the wrong person, but this movie also points out that don't have the wrong friends, because if you have the wrong friends, they can pull you to that dark hole. June was that dark friend that she had, and and the parents of Sharon was telling Sharon, this your friend, we don't like her, stay away from her. But you're like, oh no, June is not a bad person. Unfortunately, June was one of those people who dragged her down that rabbit hole. Now, also, what else? What else? One thing you also could take away from that movie is the fact that whatever relationship you are going into, it should add to you. You shouldn't have to reduce your value. You shouldn't have to reduce your standard for anything whatsoever. Anything that's going to take you away from serving God, things should not even have a minute of your time. Also, the fact that she was able to even go back to her parents, even after when she had made like wrong decisions, her parents, accepted her like the prodigal daughter. That was good. So yeah, so those are the few things that we can definitely pick from the movie. So like I said, the story was pretty good. It was thought provoking. It had a lot of lessons to learn. This is a lesson that young ladies should take up. Like you can end up loving a thief. Thief comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy, and that was what this guy came in the name of a boyfriend. Dari did, right. It pretty much came to steal Sharon's joy. Came to steal her purpose, and it came to destroy her life. So that's it about the movie. What don't we like about the movie? Of course, a lot of things were extended. As regards the acting, I would say, for one, Dari was played by Morgan. I feel it should be a bit more, should loosen up a bit. Most of his acting and his role were like he was trying to perform, like was trying to, like, oh, do this, do that. No, I should loosen up a little bit just so that his acting is more real. I think Sophia did a good job in delivering her role. June also was a bit like trying to perform. Like you can see that she's struggling. She's trying to perform. So yeah, so they should really need to like loosen up a bit. I'm very sure the more we see more of Brian Morgan, we'll get to improve. So yeah, so that's it about the movie. What do you think about the movie? Let us know your thoughts in the movie. We rate the movie a 7/10. That's because it had a really nice story to it. All right, guys, so this is where we draw the curtains. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts about the movie. Please don't forget to like, share, and also comment. Let's know your thoughts. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Till we'll come your way for the next one. Bye bye.